Hey guys, Brian here. I'm going to talk about the 2001 Chevy Silverado Z71 for sale here. This was a personal truck of mine. It is my favorite truck that I do not want to see go, but I'm willing to let it go to you. No, in all seriousness, it really is my favorite truck ever. Of all the trucks I've driven, this and I don't know, maybe a Duramax, but Duramax is huge and not great for everything. This is great for pretty much everything. I bought it 6.5 years ago, January 2018. Had 199,000, now has 229, so I put 30,000, 6.5 years. Didn't drive it very hard. I had a lot of work trucks during that time. And in the past few years, I had a crew cab because I got 2 kids, and this one's just been neglected. So I've recently gone through and tidied everything up, fixed any little thing that was bugging me with it to make the best used truck I could possibly make for you to come check out, and hopefully you like it. But I bought the truck in Currituck County. The guy got it out of Virginia. I think it was an old work truck of somebody, but like the bed had some drywall or something in it. So, and then maybe like a door was busted, or I found some glass in there, and one of the doors is like a slight different green. So I think there was some damage or something. It's not like a salvage title or anything like that. Clean title. Great truck. I got it and started chasing codes. I think the guy that sold it to me, it had a check engine light on. He just cleared it, and then me being me, I had to figure out what was wrong with it. So I started replacing a whole bunch of stuff. No codes anymore. Good news. And a lot of new parts because of that. So I'll go over some of the stuff I did. The catalytic converters were replaced a while back. I do have the service records for all of my ownership, so you can look through those if you're interested. New header on here, O2 sensors, coil packs. The code ended up being, I think, a ground issue. I went through and cleaned and tightened up all the grounds I could find. I couldn't get to the one on the back of the engine block that goes up to the firewall. It's old and oxidized, like green. I've tried to clean it up as best I can. But you almost have to drop the engine or pull the engine to get to that ground strap. So I couldn't figure out how to get to it, and didn't want to pull the engine for that. So let's see, other stuff that's been done. All the windows have been tinted. Just replaced the wipers, so they're new and good to go. LED lights all throughout the cab lighting. All new lights, so all new headlights, fog lights. The third brake light and 2 brake lights are new. Third brake light is a new upgraded LED version, so the cargo lamp is really bright and nice now. I've swapped these daytime running lights to an LED. It's actually an amber LED, but that prevents these plugs from melting out. I don't know if you remember, but you used to always see one of these with some burned out. One of them would be burned out. That's because the bulbs were melting the plugs on these things. The LED eliminates that problem. There's been a brake controller installed for towing trailers with braking. Some brake work's been done. I can't remember exactly, it's on the service record, but I think the 2 rear brake calipers got replaced, brake pads, brake fluid flush. Just replaced the 2 front shocks, so those are brand new. Air filters brand new, engine air and cabin air. The belt got replaced a little while ago I upgraded to the heavy duty one, and a new tensioner. The oil and filter just got changed. The transmission fluid I drained and topped back up. So I think it was like 96 ounces drained out. Put a fresh 96 ounces back in it instead of doing a flush that will shock the system. Just did a little drain and fill. The fuel system's been serviced, so the fuel filter, injectors, plugs, and wires, new EGR valve, new PCV valve, and new tires were just put on. Got a tire shop, was selling these on Marketplace, and I couldn't resist. I think they look great. They ride surprisingly well. I thought I was gonna be super annoyed with how loud they were, and they're actually very quiet. Anyway, I think they look great. For the life of the vehicle that I had it, I had highway tires because when I bought it, he put new highway tires on it, so I just left them on there. I didn't do any off-roading. It was just really a backup truck for the whole time I've owned it. There was a period where I drove it when we had one kid, and it was my primary car. And then, anyways, it's just been kind of chilling in the background, and decided to go through it all, clean it up, fix it up, and get it perfect to try and sell it. A couple of the cons were the roof is, I believe, the original paint. So I think all this has been repainted, but for some reason the roof was never painted. And you may want to. There's a picture of it, a video of it. Let's see, it does have the passenger side rocker rust. Driver side seems good, passenger side, I've left it exposed. I never covered it. I never did anything to it when I had it. I figured if it was rusted out with a hole in it, then it's more likely to breathe and dry out than trying to cover it, which I think would make the problem worse. Might look better, but you know how it is. I do wish the AC was colder. I'm just a hot-natured guy, I guess. But I replaced the air conditioner compressor on this thing, and I did it in a buddy's farm shop, so it was not a professional job. So if that bugs you, you may want to check it out. AC works, but just have a professional look at it. And when the AC is on, this is the only real problem. There's two real problems, and to me they're minor. When the AC is on, sometimes this thing gets quirky, and it's like it won't communicate. The throttle won't communicate with the transmission. And this is just randomly, occasionally, not all the time, but the gears, if you're accelerating, it'll run through the gears really quick and go into overdrive, and you're not done accelerating. Well, you can put your foot to the floor and it will not respond. Turn the AC off and it's back to normal. Turn the AC back on and it's probably gonna run normal for a while. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a ground issue or what. There's even been a new computer put in this thing during that code chasing phase when I first got it. Just trying to get it all right. So there's something with when the AC's on. Sometimes it gets weird, but it doesn't cause any problems. Like there's never jeopardized me or put me in a bad situation. So it's just one of those things. 25-year-old truck or however old it is, and I guess you got to deal with that. Or if you're savvy, you might know how to fix it. And then the last thing is the reverse doesn't seem to have full power. So if you have a loaded trailer and you're trying to back up a hill and you like get on the gas, well, sometimes it just, I don't know what that is, but it's never been a problem for me. Coastal plains here, like we're pretty flat, so I'm not pulling heavy loads in reverse a whole lot. So it's never been a problem. Just know if you need to get up a hill with it, you gotta just get a little run and start. That's all. With no trailer, the thing does fine. Test drive, as you can see, all the gears work. And then the tow haul button on the column, that wire broke in the column, which apparently is a common problem with the shifting all the time. So it's now like a little monetary switch on the dash there. So it still has tow haul, but it's just not where it originally was. But anyway, that's it. It's a fantastic truck. I really do hate to let it go, but I want somebody else to have a great truck. Appreciate y'all watching. Let me know if you're interested.